Ladies, we are here tonight on the show. And tonight we have a wrestling show here tonight, man. Um, so AEW is set to come to agreement with Warner Bros. Discovery, which is the home of both TBS and TNT, that they will have all the rights to AEW programming, Dynamite, the new shows coming up on Saturdays, Collisions, and Rampage. So those, and obviously the other shows, Dark Evolution and Dark, will be taken off of TV. They will no longer be on. They will be canceled. So basically, the biggest shows are going to be Dynamite and Collision, and then Rampage is going to be like more of the NXT version, with Collision being more of like the SmackDown version, and Dynamite being more of the Raw version. But the thing here is also, because they do get all the rights, I believe they also own HBO Max, and that's where they're saying the pay-per-views could be headed, which I think would mean they would be a lot more cheaper than they are right now, which is about $50. So that's a good sign for all of us wrestling fans, because if they do go to a streaming service and it's a lot cheaper, I'm saying somewhere between maybe $10 to $25 maybe. That means that WWE is probably not going to get off their Peacock streaming deal, because they're going to be like, these guys just went for the next 5 years. Their pay-per-views are about to be very affordable. We're not about to go back to the old pay-per-view format, $50 a month. I don't think WWE would do that, especially now seeing that AEW is going into joining HBO Max and also joining the live streaming service. So that's a good sign for us wrestling fans. I think if this is for sure true, and the AEW pay-per-views go to live stream and they become a lot more cheaper, I think it is more likely that WWE stays with Peacock streaming service going forward, and the pay-per-views will continue to just be $10 a month. So we'll see what happens. This deal is expected to be announced on May 17. So we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. Kenny Omega says Backlash. So Backlash obviously did fantastic. A lot of the wrestlers are very happy with it. They even proposed that Backlash, that Puerto Rico should be the home of Backlash going forward, that every year they should go to Backlash for Puerto Rico. But I did say, remember that the tour, right, they paid about $1.5 million to get the show, and how they rather pay for something else in the future. So we'll see. Maybe they would go there without them paying, at least not $1.5 million. We'll see what happens. But they really loved it. But at the same time, it kind of messed up the crowd the following night on Raw, because they said it was terrible in Jacksonville, to the point they had a piping crowd noise. A lot of fans were complaining about it, because there were literally people texting on their phone, and they're like, it doesn't make sense. You have all this cheering going on, and then you have the fans on their phones texting. Like, it's for sure 100% that it's fake noise. It's piping noise. So yeah, man, a lot of people have even said that WWE might need to cut their cities down, right? And maybe just go to places like Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, Boston, Los Angeles. There are all these other places. They're just not good, man. They don't have atmosphere, and these international crowds are making some of these smaller cities in the U.S. look bad, right? Puerto Rico was electrifying, and Jacksonville not so much. But I don't think they will do that. I think they will continue to still try to go to as many cities and states in the U.S. What you maybe see is maybe they do try to limit Monday Night Raw and SmackDown to bigger cities like Chicago, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and you see like the live events and untelevised events. Maybe they start focusing more on, all right, if Jacksonville, we didn't get a good reaction, let's do a live event on a Saturday, non-televised. Corpus Christi, we didn't get a good reaction. That's may scratch them off. This one only for non-televised. This one, oh yeah, we can do a Raw here, we can do a SmackDown. I mean, that's the thing. You can still go everywhere, but you only get the TV shows to the crowd that actually cheers. That's what I would do. They're saying Double or Nothing is not doing too good. They're saying a lot of the AEW fans are more committed to buying their tickets for All In August, and that they've only sold about 7,000 tickets for All Out. I beg your pardon, 7,000 tickets for Double or Nothing, and a lot of people are worried that that's the case. That everybody's saving their money and wanting to buy the tickets for All In, that nobody's really caring about Double or Nothing. So we'll see what happens. I believe this pay-per-view, is it in Chicago, Las Vegas? I think it's in Las Vegas. We'll see what happens. I think it's I think they're trying to get somewhere between maybe 15,000 people. So they're at 7,000. So they're about halfway through. But I mean, the pay-per-view's in about 3 weeks. So they got to hurry up here and sell tickets. That's something that worries them, that everybody's so focused on All In. Nobody's really buying tickets for Double or Nothing. And last one, Kenny Omega said he's got that cage match tonight with Jon Moxley on Dynamite, and he's saying that the time is ticking, the clock is ticking. He's going to turn 40 in a few months. His AEW contract said to be finishing up this year in November. They're said that WWE is interested in Kenny Omega, but also they think he's maybe a little bit old and injury prone. So they're not as high on him as they were in the past. So, the belief is if WWE shows no interest, he probably just resigns with AEW. Where if WWE does show interest, it could be like a little bit of a war between AEW and WWE. But WWE might say, you know what, if we're going to go into a bidding war and overpay for somebody, we might well wait until MJF in January. So they could say, obviously, MJF's a lot young, he's like 25 in the prime of his career, where Kenny Omega is like kind of broken down at 40, kind of injury prone. So they say, you know what, let them keep Kenny Omega. Let's go for MJF in January. So we'll see what happens, but AJ Styles is like 40. He's like in his mid 40s to start to push 50, like 47, I believe, and he's still going. So Randy until this past year when he hurt his back, he was like 41 and still going. Chris Jericho, same thing. He's starting to push 50. He's still going. So Kenny Omega still might have a few more years left. I believe I think we're finished. Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're done. Holla. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Holla, holla, holla.